Ooh, yummy. That's pretty bad. No chunks though. All right, out in the new garage, finally had some time to mess around out here. Haven't figured out any of the garage setup, but anyway, while I'm waiting for some stuff to dry inside the house in between coats of mud and all that, decided, hey, got a broken Miata, might as well pull or drain the fluid on this. So let's take a look at that. Let's wipe it off, see how thick that actually is. Ooh, oh man. I had changed this fluid in like March. That's not good. It had some issues going into gear. Well, you know, at autocross speed, it's really just going into second. That's a hard gear to go into at high RPM for this transmission. So anyway, that's that cleaned out. Yeah, that's a lot of, I'm assuming synchro stuff. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know automatic or manual transmissions all that well. I don't know transmissions in general. I think any of them are pretty much magic, but we still have to pull the transmission out because I have a couple friends thinking that it might be a throwout bearing. Either way, I do have a new transmission on the way, simply because it didn't like shifting anyway, and that's kind of proves why. I got the drive shaft out. I'll probably pull the exhaust out the next day, and then we'll get the trans out. Can't even get the new trans in until like Friday, just because the junkyard closes before I can get out of work. So I have a buddy from work who's taking a half day on Friday, and I'm gonna see him again Friday night. We're gonna be going to a concert. So he's gonna go pick up the transmission for me, bring it here, maybe get around to changing it on Saturday. Probably gonna miss the autocross in St. Louis on Sunday just because I'm kind of burned out. What I noticed at autocross and nationals was, all right, what's the next step? $5,000 coilovers, $5,000 transmission. Transmission's kind of necessary to be reliable, but to go faster, I need, coilovers. And then when I do coilovers, I got probably $500 in front aero mods I can do. It's getting to the slippery slope, and I'm enjoying the car as is right now. It's not super competitive on a national level. Eric Anderson's Miata, French kiss. That thing is gorgeous, and it just works. Dallas Reed's Lotus, again, it's not pretty, but it works very well. So you have all these other guys, and when I try to compare myself to them, I'm not going to be able to dump 15 grand one off season to be able to get to be competitive with their cars. Now, over the next couple of years, of course, we'll probably do that, but I am slowing down a little bit just because it kind of sucks to lose to those cars. And it's like, all right, I have the power. I don't have the wheel and tire set up. I don't have the suspension set up. And, yeah, I'm only within a couple tenths of I'm only within like 2 to 3 seconds of these guys. But that last 2 to 3 seconds to go from, all right, you're good at a local level to, wow, you're good at a national level, that's some big money. And I don't have that. So we're going to stick around and, just keep this M5ODR1 in here for this off season, drive around this winter on nice days and stuff. I'm going to start buying parts as I can get good deals, things like that. Same thing with shocks and suspension. Inertia Labs finally got back to me, so that's awesome. If I can get a set of custom coilovers from them, we're making big moves. It's just I am wanting to slow down and not just delete my bank account, especially with the new house. I kind of like this house, so we're going to be messing around with that. But all right, this video is probably going to carry on into another one when I get a transmission or parts or something like that. So bye. All right, got the trans out, and it jams up and lets go right there, and then it goes free. Quite a bit of play in the input shaft. Should we take this, so it's a top loader. Should we take this the shifter off and look inside and see all the gears?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's see if we can find some metal.
So we do have some damage. Woohoo. Look at that.
It does look like the only gear with damage, though.
Yeah.
Everything else.
Well, this thing only sees second gear, basically. Oh, look at all the metal down there. Oh, yeah. Oh, shit, there's a ton. Oh, dude. Right there. Wow. Look right there on this one.
I saw it on your camera.
All right. I don't know how any of this goes. Someone's gonna make fun of me on the internet.
Take these bolts out right here. There's 4 of them.
Maybe. How do you get around the shift selector or whatever that is?
Big nut. No, that's not nut. That's big. Big star. Gear.
Interesting. All right. It's day 2, just kind of out here messing with the transmission out in the garage. Got the new throwout bearing in. Started messing with the shifter. I bored this out a little bit so it slides on easier. I need to get a set screw for that. It's a 3/16 by 16 little set screw. Before I had tack welded it because I broke the bolt. Anyway, I think a set screw will work out pretty good. I fought this thing for probably 20 minutes or so. Anyway, luckily I had a spare one that is in neutral, and I know you guys can't really see in there too well, but basically you have this top selector and the bottom selector. Well, after pulling the other one out, I saw that basically I would put this turret in and it wasn't changing gears. Like, it would be able to shift over like that, but it wouldn't go to the left, it wouldn't go into gears. So anyway, started looking into it a little bit more, and one of the gears was fully selected. It allowed this turret to drop in, but it wouldn't select any gears while it was in. So fought with that a little bit. Now I got everything going. Probably won't be able to get any gears because this thing is so short. There we go. Yeah, it seems to shift a little bit tighter than the other one. The other one seemed pretty loose, but overall pretty good. I am not waiting on any more parts. I am just waiting for some assistance. So I think my buddy Mike, who you saw in the earlier video, is gonna come over on like Sunday or Monday. We'll get this thing going. Gonna miss this autocross on Sunday. That's fine. I'd rather work anyway. Haven't been working the weekend shift too much, so might as well do that. Got the AN adapter from, man, I forget this brand. I think it's Earl's. They make this like little push to connect adapter to go into the factory throwout bearing to like a -3 or 4. I don't even remember anymore, but got that removed, added a new O-ring that luckily came with this new throwout bearing. So got that swapped over. It's ready to go. Not too shabby. All right. Somehow this was the easiest transmission mating I've ever had. I'm sure something else is going to happen, but overall, I was able to do this by myself, getting it back in there. Didn't have to shimmy it too much, went really smooth, so that's a good sign. I'm about to get the bolts put in and start putting this back together. One thing I am worried about, sorry, the exhaust is seized up right at the downpipe to the aluminum section, so I'm gonna probably have to put some heat on that, hopefully get that apart pretty easy. But yeah, just gonna chip away at this. Since I'm by myself, I'm not gonna really record anything, but just wanted to give you guys a little progress update. All right, trans is back in. The only thing I'm waiting on right now is transmission fluid. Everything else is in. Did a test fire, made sure didn't pinch any wires in the bell housing. Had that happen before, but anyway, I'm really excited. Mike came over to help do the final little bits. The exhaust, royal pain in the butt to get on. It, like the aluminum had shrunk probably 3/8 of an inch. So we had to literally remove every single piece, get it all loose and tightened up enough to where it wouldn't like slip out of the like joints of the V-band, but could still rotate and stuff. It's not great, but it's all together. So besides transmission fluid, the only other thing I need is I need to get my oil or my coolant overflow can back. I let Eric Anderson borrow that in his numerous head gasket facades. So Andre has that sitting at his house. I just need to get that, install it, hook it back, or fill it back up with water. Garage is a complete mess right now, but it's just putting tools away. Tomorrow night I'll probably be hanging out in the garage again. I finally found my speaker wire, and I'm gonna hang up all the speakers in here and get a more permanent setup for sound system and just start finally moving in. I was super stressed about this car being broke while moving. So now that this thing's fixed, I mean, we still have to test drive it and stuff like that. But now that it's, you know, ready to hit the road again, it's one less thing on my plate. For whatever reason, this is more stressful and more anxiety inducing than, you know, the washing machine that keeps, you know, that doesn't have a spin cycle right now because for whatever reason the gearbox broke on the way over here, or the dryer that keeps popping fuses. Luckily that was loose wires. Or the dishwasher I had to replace last week. Knew that coming into the house, it was sold as is. But just small things. And anyway, race car's fixed. One massive check mark checked off.